Hello and welcome to In the Zone, your one-stop source for the latest news on Intel through our Tech Provider Zone site. Joining me as always today is Peter Krass, editor of Tech Provider Zone. And we're going to spend a few minutes chatting about some of the hottest stories on Tech Provider Zone. And Peter, let's get started by talking about Intel's new Tiger Lake H processors. How will those help with laptops and mobile workstations?
Okay, well, it's part of the 11th gen, which has already been out for a while, but these are specifically for mobile computers. There's also a vPro version, so that's good for remote access and things like that. This is on the new 10 nanometer, and it's supporting a lot of cool things like Wi-Fi 6, Thunderbolt 4, a lot of numbers. We get up to 8 cores and 16 threads, top speed of about 5 gig. So it's pretty cool. What's surprising to me is Intel said there's going to be something like 80 different devices based on these new processors. And the same day that Intel came out with the chip, Lenovo and HP announced that day, and then Acer announced something today, some gaming PCs. The big OEMs are out there quickly. This thing's going to be out there in mass.
Something that you see all over the news. It's everywhere you go these days in the public sector. Private sector is no different. Diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
It's a real big deal right now, especially with some of the well-known tech giants. What can you tell us about it?
Well, I mean, the tech industry has traditionally been white males, so that's an issue. Everybody's trying to do something about it, and companies are succeeding in different rates. At more than 2/3 of tech companies, Black employees make up less than 5% of the workforce. So that's not great. Some of these companies are really trying. Intel, for example, has a lot going on. They have a corporate responsibility report. They're achieved what they call gender pay equity back in 2019. That's where women and men are getting paid the same for the same jobs. HP has a 46% rise in women and a 54% rise in minorities on its board. Looking ahead, though, they have some very ambitious goals. By 2025, they want to double the number of Blacks and other African American executives. Double. So that's pretty cool. Dell also, they're talking the talk, but they're really, a lot of it's still in the future. They have a commitment to having women represent half of the global workforce and 40% of all global leaders by 2030. And they also have committed themselves to having Blacks and Hispanics represent a quarter of the US workforce, also by 2030. So some of these tech companies are really on it. They're making some big strides.
Yeah, it's a real challenge because you need to really build that funnel in the pipeline, from the ground up almost, so that you have a strong base to pull from, so that you don't have to necessarily hire from outside. You can promote from within, which really checks a lot of more than one box, because it promotes the ability to stay within a company, but also gives opportunities to those who might not have otherwise gotten it. For the last story this week, I want to just talk about real quick. It's something a lot of us have struggled with, and I'm not sure that it's something that people are talking about. It's something I think a lot of people struggle with silently. The idea of pandemic burnout, but also collaboration tech. So how does that all fit together, and what's the latest?
Well, we're all feeling it. I mean, someone said it's like living in a Dostoevsky novel where you can never go outdoors. But when you ask IT leaders, they really are talking about it. There's a new survey. This comes from a unit of Citrix. A little over half, 56%, said one of their top employee concern is worker engagement. About as many said burnout, and about as many also reduced productivity. So IT leaders are aware that people are feeling tired. What are they doing about it? 60% said they now plan to invest in collaboration tech. So we're all using Zoom, et cetera, but I think there's a sense that, okay, now it has to be a little bit better. So what are we going to do? One issue is security. That's cited by about half. All of these are about half. Power seamless external collaboration and provide greater visibility into ownership. So I think these are new priorities for the post-pandemic, quote unquote, new normal.
Yeah, we're going to be left with something in the post-pandemic that we're going to have to deal with. A lot of new realities that are actual realities. They're not just temporary things. So
yeah.
I just
Just
want to
about
wrap.
everyone's talking hybrid work, where you don't come
Yeah.
in 5 days a week.
Yep. And we're going to have to account for that. And technology is going to have to account for it, for sure.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, Peter, as always. Thanks to all of you for watching. Once again, check out techproviderzone.com for the latest news about Intel and all technology. It's updated constantly. So make sure you check it out, bookmark it, and visit it frequently. Again, Peter, thank you for your time. Thanks to everyone for watching. Have a great day, everyone, and take care. Have a good day.